I like comic books. Do you like comic books?
I love comic books.
So let's talk about some comic books.
Let's do it.
Hey guys, this is Louie.
Yo, it's your boy Fern.
We want to welcome you to the first full-length episode of the Comically Imbalanced podcast, where we touched on some Infinity Stone speculation and also talked about our boy Thanos.
And how he's the shit. We also got into Resurrection, a new crossover event that's going to be happening in December. It's going to pit the Inhumans versus the X-Men.
Stick my eyeballs all in it. I also laid out 5 sweet comic books that came out yesterday for you guys to maybe pick up or not pick up.
We also got into a little bit of our personal preferences. We had some laughs along the way. So
we hope you really enjoy this episode
and enjoy our voices. So let's demon flip right into this.
Alright, so let's read off some of these comic books that came out yesterday, because yesterday, I'm hearing, was an amazing week for comic books, and I just picked out 3 that were notable. What do we have for the first one?
Well, my personal favorite, obviously, is Thanos. I love Thanos. And they're starting a new series, I guess, and there's a lot of stuff to be learned about when it comes to Thanos in that new series, so I can't wait to read that one.
There's definitely not, I don't want to say his past is like a mystery, but they definitely they could do a lot with him, so it's kind of exciting. It could be a bad thing too, because you don't want to give too much of a villain's background, you know?
It always goes wrong when you do that. Because
then you start to feel for that villain depending on what the circumstances were.
Exactly. And it could be good to a certain extent, because then you can learn his motive and exactly why he does the things that he's doing and why he feels the way that he feels. But at the end of the day, he's a Titan, and they call him the Mad Titan, and he just wants to rule, and that's it. So an explanation shouldn't be necessary.
What else do we have? We have just a couple other ones. Harbinger. I can't even say the word. Harbinger Renegade, Valiant #1. I'm not sure if this is like top off like Harbinger Wars 1 and 2, but I don't know. Definitely worth picking up. Grand Passion #1 by Dynamite, Ether #1 by Dark Horse, and G.I. Joe #1 by IDW. So those are a couple good ones. Like, they keep it diverse. Don't stick to just Marvel and DC,
I don't even remember when was the last time I read a G.I. Joe comic book.
Oh, God.
I did see that new one coming out, though. And I seen the Harbinger.
Who's on the cover? It looked like Destro's on the cover.
Then I seen the Harbinger. You were telling me about the Harbinger one.
Harbinger Wars? Yeah, man, that really surprised me, Like, I hear a lot of good things about Valiant, but I didn't expect to, like, get that deep into that comic book, They had Faith, I can't remember the main character's name, but I think it's because Bloodshot stole the show for me. I love that guy. Bloodshot's pretty cool. Let's see. What's #1, 2, 3?
Well, that Thanos one, they're probably gonna tie that into Civil War 2, and the other. It's gonna be based off of the Secret Wars, which I honestly didn't read yet, but it's probably gonna be based off of all of that. So we'll see how that goes, and also they got Infinity War coming out soon, so
yeah,
we'll see how that feels.
What do you think? Like, Thanos he's getting pretty close, We got maybe 2, 3 movies before we finally see them take him on.
Yep, just about. What do you think the last stone is?
There's, I don't know, there's a lot of speculation on, who could have it or where it could be, because it doesn't necessarily have to be someone who has it in their possession,
Could be where it could be as well.
Yeah.
Or what it could be.
I'm not good with that stuff. You're the Thanos guy. What are you thinking? Thinking Howard the Duck got stowed away in his vest?
Yeah, I'm thinking...
His 3-piece suit?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's either Howard the Duck or my heart is set on the Heimdall thing, man.
Oh, yeah?
My heart is set on that now, because it kind of makes sense now. Like, Thor had that vision, and he's like, Heimdall, your eyes.
I know.
And it's just like, it's the soul gem. It's the last one that they need.
It makes sense, because what they're throwing in a lot of mystical stuff. Yeah. I just thought about. They're throwing in a lot of mystical stuff, and Mephisto is known for working with Thanos in the past, so that's definitely a possibility. I imagine that'd be the best route to take.
Yeah. And it's also, like I said, it could just be like with the events of Ragnarok, seeing as how Doctor Strange is leading up to something like that, like in the last credit scene. It's like I said, it could end up with all the death. It could fall into Mephisto's hands, and then that's how Mephisto ends up side by side with Thanos, like he did in Infinity Gauntlet.
I hope they make him look sick. I hope they make him look like a badass.
Yeah, I hope so too, because Mephisto's a cool man. Like he's a pretty sick. He's one of those sick and dark characters, but he plays really big roles. He plays a huge role in this. I'm honestly interested to see what they're gonna do with Adam Warlock.
I know.
Adam Warlock and
his cocoon.
What they're gonna work with without having a Silver Surfer, because Silver Surfer is literally the person that warns Doctor Strange, hey, this is what's happening, man. Like, we need to get on top of this.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. I'm thinking either Heimdall, or if not, someone, it's inside somebody, seeing as how it's the soul gem.
Yeah.
And it ends up in Mephisto's hands.
Which would most likely end up being Heimdall.
Yeah.
So he's getting killed in Ragnarok, is that what you're saying?
I don't know, man.
I can imagine, like, we've seen him fight, like, in the Dark World. He's not to be messed with.
Yeah, he's not.
He went full on Malekith and all the elves and stuff.
Yeah, no. He surprised. I feel like that scene surprised everyone. Like, he wasn't playing no games.
I don't know, because remember part one, like, he's just the watcher, dude. He's watching. He's opening the portal. Everyone wants to be sleeping on Heimdall, But then number two, they're like, we got to showcase this guy a little bit. We got Idris in that suit. We gotta put him on the field.
But then also you got to think Thor, the actual Thor, isn't the one that's in the Infinity Gauntlet book. So what's gonna happen there as well? There's a lot that could happen. And there's a lot of ways that they can spin this off, man.
You know what would be crazy? What if Ragnarok, what if it just happens? What if all of Asgard, everyone just gets killed? What if there's just the end of it's not a good ending? Do you think they would do that?
I think they would do that, because then it's like I said, that opens up to Infinity Gauntlet. Yeah, but that's a huge play. But like killing off all those people,
all the Asgardians, man,
that opens up a lot of doors to what I was saying. It all kind of leads back to the underworld, Mistress Death, Mephisto, all that stuff, dude. So I'm telling you, they're gonna use something like that to get Mephisto close to Thanos, because in the book it doesn't even give you an explanation as to how Mephisto and Thanos became boys. It doesn't.
Starts with them up
there.
It
literally just opens up with them having a conversation on Thanos' planet thing.
Man, you've opened a door to the next dimension of understanding.
You can just step through that door.
My mind's being blown. Little mini explosions going on.
So where do you think it could be? Is what I'm saying making sense?
We're saying making so much sense. I've forgotten what my idea could have been. I don't even know where else it would be now. Your eyes, Heimdall. It's in Namor's Speedo. That's where it is.
If they put Namor,
that's what the bulge is.
If they put Namor,
it's the soldier
in these movies.
He's like, hey, ladies. I got all this. I got all this
sauce.
I've been to Saskatchewan. I can take you to Saskatchewan.
Oh no!
And then here comes Thanos, rips his whole Speedo off. I need that.
I need
that, bro. You need to give it back. Look at Wonder Man. I can't wait for that to see what he looks like. Nathan Fillion, Wonder Man. I talked about it the last episode. Nathan Fillion.
Yeah.
I want to see Nathan Fillion, man. I want to see characters.
Ever since Nathan Fillion,
he's Serenity, Firefly. He does the voice of Cade in Destiny. He's in everything, man. He's Hal Jordan in Justice League War. Like, I think that's him. It sounds like him. But yeah, he's how do you not know Nathan Fillion, man?
I don't.
You're like super.
I hate.
You're like third world nerd. You're like you know most things, but not most things.
It's not even that. It's just that I only like Marvel things. I don't know.
You gotta broaden your horizons. That's Nathan Fillion, that handsome devil. Look at him.
Oh, I know him. He's in a
Plays
show.
Castle.
Yeah, that's what it is.
He's a great guy. He's someone I would want to share chips and dip with.
I love chips and dip.
I know. That's why I said that. You potentially want to just let him double dip. Maybe, but maybe not, you know? You like to talk about Marvel? Let's talk about Resurrection. You want to talk about Resurrection?
Let's do it.
Because there's a lot of stuff going on the X-Men front, man.
What's going on with that?
X-Men, the Resurrection series basically it's Inhumans versus X-Men, man. You're the X-Men guy. You're also the Inhuman guy, but I feel like I'm more the Inhuman guy because I don't give two shits about the X-Men.
I love the X-Men. I love them a lot, but I will have to say that like if there was ever a battle between like X-Men and Inhumans, it would just be over. Like Inhumans would slaughter them.
That's what I got into that conversation, man, and I don't think it'd be as one-sided as you think it would be because I also thought it'd be one-sided, and I was swayed because I don't want to use the movie as a reference. That's something I never like to do. I don't like to use the MCU. I don't like to use Bryan Singer or Fox's X-Men movies as examples. But look at Magneto and Apocalypse. He went next level, dude. Like
he did.
He was changing the whole gravitational pull of the Earth.
Exactly.
Like, bro, can you stop?
Yeah,
I gotta go to work.
Really OP. Yeah, but like,
but there's that same level of strength on both sides, I think.
X-Men, I feel like they kind of lost their, I guess, pull. Like, the last thing that they kind of had going for them really was Avengers versus X-Men in my eyes. And it kind of, and I mean House of M as well. Like, I love so the X-Men universe is kind of like messed up right now.
Yeah.
And like, there's a lot of confusion in it because there's a lot of deaths, but then like, there's not a lot of deaths. Like those people actually never died, and it's kind of it's confusing me at some points, and it's hard to keep up with if you don't read everything that comes out. But when it comes to Inhumans versus X-Men, that event is gonna just blow my mind away because like I love X-Men. I've always loved X-Men. They were probably like one of the first superheroes that I got into as a kid. But Inhumans, I didn't get into them until recently, until I picked up Avengers.
You saw how sick Black Bolt looks. You're like, man, I need to know about this guy.
Because he was in Kree Skrull War, I believe, and Captain Marvel ran into Black Bolt, and Black Bolt was like hiding in a shadow, and Captain Marvel was telling him like, hey, get out, like, who are you, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And Black Bolt can't talk, so like, he was just like, Captain Marvel was like, all right, man, if you don't come out, like, I'm going to have to put hands on you.
She was like, Black Bolt, just blow her old shit away.
So, like, it was just, like, cool. And ever since then, I was just like, man, a guy that, like, can't even talk because he's so powerful, like.
I love that, too, because I saw a panel from, like, their new series and the one with, like, Human Torch and Beast was on it. There's a part where he's talking to Human Torch, and I gotta give it to the artist. I can't even remember who the artist was. I'm like really drawing blanks every time we do these episodes. The way the artist portrayed Black Bolt having to talk without actually talking was so perfect because I remember Johnny Storm said something a little racy, I think about Medusa or like Crystal. And just in the 3 panels that show Black Bolt like giving him his attention, like, you better stop. You can see it in Black Bolt's face and he has his hand up and Human Torch is like, all right, man, I get it, He didn't have to say anything. But in the 3 panels, the artist like captured his whole look, like, I'll blow your whole stuff out. You're gonna have a farts day, man, after I'm done with you.
So then, okay, I know with Resurrection, so it's basically just an event where it's X-Men crossing over and they're basically fighting the Inhumans. Does it even say like really why? Because I know it's after the Terrigen Mist that it was released by Black Bolt. And it covered much of the Earth. It impacted the mutants a lot. But does it say like what else is like going on?
Well, the thing about the Terrigen Mist, it's known to kill X-Men. It's known to kill mutants. Okay. It's kind of like a
Scarlet Witch did that, and that started a whole other war.
Yeah, that's what was it? Clint Barton who got shot with the arrow, right?
I don't remember, but I just know that like because it even talked about it in Avengers versus X-Men how like that's the reason why Cyclops wanted the Dark Phoenix again, was to make mutants powerful again. He thought that.
He went all Magneto on everyone.
So like Cyclops basically thought that the Phoenix was the savior of the mutants, because Avengers versus X-Men was after the whole incident with Scarlet Witch, where she wiped out, like, I believe it was a third or if not half of the mutant population. Yeah. So like that's why Cyclops completely hates like everything that is Avengers. He hates them because they still kept her around and stuff. But like,
yeah, but to get back to this, you know, I don't want to say that's the main plot point, you know, because there's obviously things between characters, but the Terrigen Mist is killing mutants, you know, that's a big deal. That can't just happen, and they probably want to make Black Bolt pay for it. Like, hey, let's put this guy's
but then
beautiful head on a platter.
In Civil War 2, like, you know, that event is basically threatening to end mutants as it is. So basically, after Civil War 2, there's not going to be any mutants or whatever is happening there. I'm honestly interested to see how this is all going to go, man. I'm on Inhuman's side, like 100%. Like, yeah. I'm on Inhuman's side. I love the X-Men, but I've
never been swayed. I love the Inhumans. I wish they'd do more with them, and I'm glad they are now. One thing that it's I don't want to say it's hinted at, like the title, because you don't know what the title's really getting at, but I want to say, like, it's called Resurrection, and it's a fight between the Inhumans and the X-Men. And on top of that, it's without a doubt they've been catering to what's been going on in the movies. You know, like that goes without saying. Like, look at his whole new suit. It's MCU'd out. You know, it's ready for him to leap onto the screen. All of them. Look at Karnak's head's a little smaller. My thing is, do you think they would go as far to try resurrect X-Men as Inhumans, possibly with different names, to work in the MCU?
That's a kind of...
They just drop a bomb on you?
That was... Yeah, I gotta watch my step, because you just dropped some knowledge.
Bro, I drop them, man.
Holy... That's a good one, man.
I mean, why? Because the thing is,
they can't use the like mutants, even the term mutants.
The Tensions have pushed them to crazy limits. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've done some extreme stuff.
Oh, I did not think about that. That's good.
Yeah,
that's good, because it's like I kept telling you, they can't do Infinity Gauntlet without X-Men. They just can't.
And Inhumans, the show. Remember, we both got super upset about it. It's dropping next year, next fall? That's perfect, just in time for them to do whatever they do with the royal family and with this series in time to mix it all together, blend it in, and push it into Infinity War. That's if they even want to mix the shows with the movies.
See, but like Inhumans doesn't have anything to do with Infinity Gauntlet. Like, I don't even think they're ever mentioned. So Inhumans is coming out after Infinity War, isn't it? Wasn't that... The initial timeline was for Inhumans.
The movie.
Yeah, the movie.
Yeah, it was slated to come out after.
Yes. So, I mean, I don't know, because like one thing that I really don't like about it is the fact that like some people don't have time to watch TV so much to like catch up on the episodes. Like they like a movie one and done, you know? But like with the Resurrection, that's actually a pretty impressive like hypothesis on your part, man. Because
I haven't partnered with it.
Because, dude, that makes a lot of sense. Because then it's like you said, they can use them now if they need them. But I mean, at the same time,
you got your fans. The backlash would be crazy.
Yes, dude. Very bad. It would be a very bad backlash. But also, they could be resurrecting someone far more powerful than anybody else there.
Krakoa. They bring back Krakoa. Yo, kill all the X-Men.
So, is this Jean?
Yeah, that's looking like Jean. That looks like Marvel Girl stages with the outfit.
Because I'm saying it could be that something to do with the Phoenix again. Because I mean,
the Phoenix Force is cosmic in nature, right? It's a cosmic force.
It's like an entity, basically. Like
and humans are cosmic, so X-Men naturally have always had this cosmic thing going on with their storylines. You know, I don't like to pay too much attention to the time traveling stuff. That stuff annoys me.
No, yeah, I don't like that either.
But maybe there's maybe there's deeper stuff we're not looking at.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Because they're Kree. They're basically Kree creations, Kree soldiers.
Who, Inhumans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know their whole stuff, mm-hmm. right?
That's why Skrull wanted to destroy them.
Yeah, they were trying to build an army, of ancient humans, but with abilities and stuff. But what if the Phoenix Force has something to do with the Krees or with like ancient human like history or something? What
I
if
would
it's something else?
I agree with that as well because it could be everything around the X-Men right now just completely revolves around the Phoenix at this point because Messiah Complex and all that was about the Phoenix. So was Avengers versus X-Men. So it was all those books leading up to that. Resurrection is I'm getting that. Like I'm reading
Yeah,
that because
I want to read the shit out of it.
that sounds like it would actually be a very good idea because Inhumans in their own way are mutants as well, sort of, you know. The definition of what a mutant would be, I guess. I don't really know.
Yeah,
You get what I'm saying. So with that, I feel like that's a very good idea. It's a very good idea. And they balance it well. They're gonna balance it well because like I bet that there was a lot of people that went into Avengers versus X-Men and like thought like, oh, X-Men are just gonna completely destroy everybody.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't like that at all. Like they had equal forces on both sides and it was an equal fight. Some people, even just like in Civil War, some people were fighting felt like they were fighting on the wrong side, so they
Yeah.
left.
Talking about all these different stories, like it starts opening different doors in my head, and now I'm thinking our original, like our first topic, Thanos, and I'm thinking about resurrection, and I'm like, what if the only thing they can use to fight back the Infinity Gauntlet is something close to the Phoenix Force, you know?
And then that's what they bring back.
I don't know if it's just me making up plot in my head, you know, but it makes sense, you know. What else are they gonna? How are they gonna fight that?
Exactly.
That's crazy.
I get what you're saying. That's a really good hypothesis, but it's like I always tell you, and it's like I said on the first sample episode, Thanos' problem is he's very cocky.
Yeah.
He's very cocky and he swears that he's just nothing is smarter, stronger, faster than him. That's why he loses. So I feel like the Avengers are going to take a really crazy loss before Thanos even gets in any defeated basically in any way. Because it's like I told you, he kills everyone in the book. And the only way everyone comes back is Nebula. She takes the gauntlet from him and she basically is like, oh, I can show you that I can be like as strong as you, make everything how it used to be. And when she did that, she lost the gauntlet because the gauntlet was on Thanos' hand the whole time.
Yeah.
So everything went back to the way it used to be.
Crazy.
And it brought the Avengers all back to life. Adam Warlock and the Silver Surfer were out of that little time loop. And then that's when they swooped in and then they started kicking ass.
Nebula's on the good side too now, you know. We don't know how she goes about, you know, getting back on Gamora's good side, but from that poster, you know, it looks like she's hanging out with the good guys, you know.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, that could change too. You never know.
But let's get to the next topic. Bro, we wasted our only good topics.
Yeah, I know.
There's other stuff, you know, that's going on in the comic book world, you know, other than all the sweet stuff that got dropped yesterday. They got the crossover event for the CW, Supergirl, Legend of Tomorrow, Arrow, and the Flash.
Fill me in on that because you know me, I don't.
I need to get you like something to watch all these shows and keep up with.
So what's up with that? What's going on?
Me, I've been watching all this stuff. Not so much Arrow. You know, I was more on board for Flash than Arrow because I'll say it to the grave. Like, if it takes Flash one episode to do what Green Arrow took 4 seasons to do, which is become an actual superhero, like, which is the better show? Like, come on, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm like super on board for Flash, and now I feel obligated to watch Arrow. But Arrow can be okay. They're adding cool characters like Mr. Terrific.
I heard
Ragman.
the only thing I heard that sounded even semi-cool for me with the Arrow show was when he was fighting Ra's al Ghul, I guess, and Ra's al Ghul was like fighting him with like one hand or something like that.
He murderizes Oliver, dude. He like runs him through and kicks him off a cliff.
Really?
Yeah, like he kicks his shit in. But yeah, I think that was that season 3.
Yeah, look at that. That was such a long time ago, man.
2 whole seasons ago.
When I had this conversation yesterday, it's not like that I really hate DC or anything like that because I'm not one to just like straight down talk another comic. People like it for a reason. It's just I've never found interest in it, you know, like I got brought up because I brought up the Killing Joke. And like, I mean, the only Batman that I've really ever liked was the Killing Joke and like the Court of Owls, Death in
Yeah.
the Family.
Death in the Family was so dark.
Yeah, it was
It was
crazy.
crazy.
Old school Batman stuff, but like I never really got into like Shazam or Captain Marvel, whatever you guys want to call them, and then like Aquaman, Green Lantern. Like Green Lantern has me lost because there's like freaking 13 of them.
Oh, there's hundreds of them. There's a whole planet that's a Green Lantern.
Well, I know, but the one that we follow, like like
Yeah.
Hal Jordan or whatever his name is, and then there's another main Green Lantern and another main Green Lantern, and it's just it loses me. But like I mean, I'll sit there and I'll enjoy it. I mean,
Yeah. There's a cool side to Green Lantern. The fact that there's so many different Guardians. They can literally have a Green Lantern for every race. They can have our two new Green Lanterns that are in Rebirth. There's Kyle Rayner. Kyle Rayner was a really cool Green Lantern.
what is like this whole Rebirth event about?
It's not a reboot. It's not
It's not like the New 52 or whatever.
no, it's not anything like that. It's a continuation of like their main story, like the stuff that was going on like before New 52.
Okay.
It's kind of like what they did with like Golden Age Flash and Superman and all that. Like Golden Age Flash, Jay Garrick exists along with all these superheroes just on a different Earth. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Alan Scott, he exists on Earth 2. So does Jay Garrick and a lot of other superheroes. The Flash actually on Earth 2, his powers aren't even like they're not even from like a science accident. He gets them from a god. He gets them from like Mercury or something like that.
Really?
So he gets his Speed Force from a god. Alan Scott's Green Lantern powers aren't cosmic, in nature. He's like the nature guy, like green, like in the Earth. That's the Green Lantern he is.
Ah.
And then there's like four other ones. There's a gray one, which is Solomon Grundy.
Like a lantern?
Yeah. And then there's the Blue Lantern, which was Alan Scott on Earth 2 is a homosexual, so his boyfriend he gets killed and ends up becoming the Blue Lantern.
Solomon Grundy? Cyrus Gold?
He's not even huge zombie Solomon Grundy. He's like a skinnier.
That's one thing. I'll always know that. His
Yeah.
name was Cyrus Gold. He was like this
You
crazy...
love Solomon Grundy.
Yeah, dude.
I already know
I'll
your stuff.
always
with
love
Solomon
him,
Grundy.
man. He was like a mobster, I believe. He hit on the wrong girl, and some other mobster killed him.
He's a cool guy.
And threw him into the same swamp that Swamp Thing is in. And like it's like a mystic swamp, I guess, or something like that. So he didn't die, or he did die, but like he didn't know anything about himself. So
Other
like
than he was born on a Monday.
yeah, so then like he was like
Just do the whole thing. Just do it.
No.
Just do it, please.
No, I'm not doing it.
Do you not remember it, or
I don't remember it.
Get out of here.
I don't remember it.
You said it to me. I was like, oh.
I know. So like he was just like he came out. He met with these like fishermen or something, and then he was just like, "Oh, I was born today" or something like that. They're like, "Oh, you were born on a Monday, just like that Solomon Grundy guy." But it's like born on a Monday, christened on Tuesday.
Did he die on Wednesday?
It was like
Something like
ill
that?
on married on Wednesday, took ill on Thursday, died on Friday, buried on Saturday. That was the end of Solomon Grundy or something.
Oh, but
like
he's
that.
like he rose again on Sunday, something like
Yeah,
that, right?
it was something weird. I forgot it. It's been a while.
That's the thing. Like people, I feel like people are more partial to Marvel and DC, but DC has it has its good stuff. I feel like the thing with me, like when I was younger, I was super into DC. Because the characters, look at Superman. Who doesn't want to be Superman with their kid?
Exactly, yeah.
As I grew up, everyone becomes an angsty teen. Everyone wants to kill themselves.
Everybody wants to be bad.
Everyone wants to be like all weird. You grow a little more towards the Marvel side, I should have said that kill yourself thing. That's kind of rude. But every teenager says it these days. So
Yeah, I know. No, but one thing, my explanation too, and it's a perfectly good explanation. DC, they're storytellers. They build complete stories,
yeah,
whereas Marvel is just flashy action, like.
but you got to hand it to their stories too.
No, of course
they're there, but.
Of course, but like DC like dives deep into their like stories and like their tie-ins or whatever crossovers, they all make sense.
Yeah.
Where like as Marvel, you don't read one little series and you're lost for like ever.
I know. I ran off Black Vortex and I had to like wait till the whole series was done. I was like,
Exactly. But that's one thing, and also it's like about DC. is like I said, it goes into detail. It explains a lot of stuff like during the story, whereas Marvel just gets straight into the action and like half of whatever's going on, you either have to figure it out for yourself or it's explained during the story, which is why like I could get into DC again, but
I've like as of late I've been trying to like broaden my horizons and stick my nose in all kinds of different comics. Like I showed you Huck.
Yeah.
Amazing comic book. It's so good. It's so good. There's I'm not reading The Walking Dead, but I know people prefer that to the show.
I wouldn't.
There's a decent amount of people who are like, no, I'd rather read the comic book. It's been good. I want to keep up with the comic book.
I don't know, man. The Walking Dead lost me a long time ago.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's not bad right now. You should have watched last Sunday's episode. Ooh. I'm loving, like, I love villains.
Yeah.
I know you like a good villain.
Oh, yeah.
Negan is a great villain.
Really?
Like, a great villain. Like, sometimes I just want to be him. Even in the midst of smashing some skulls, I'm like, this guy's the best. Because one, he's like...
So he's not like the governor, right? He's not like the crappy governor.
Like, his presence is annoying. He starts talking, he's a little less annoying. He smiles at you. He got a great smile. It's Jeffrey Dean Morgan. He got a great smile. And then all the annoying is gone. And then as soon as like, oh man, he's not so annoying, boom, there goes your head. Because he just smashed it in. Like, it's weird, man. I love a good villain. I like a villain that's psychotic and like thinks what they're doing is good, but at the same time they know it's bad. They're like, no, what I'm doing is for a good, like, it's means to an end. Like, I'll smash your head, but...
Did you see what I forgot who I was talking to. If I was talking to you, what Stan Lee said about Doctor Doom?
No, I didn't read it. I know everyone's talking about it.
Man, he said that
they dropped some good
they were like, I forgot exactly how it went down, so don't quote me on this. But someone asked like, "What's your favorite villain?" And then he said it's Doctor Doom, something like that. And he's like, but it's not because he's a villain. It's because you can't go up to a cop and say, hey, I want to rule the world, and he's going to throw you in jail. He's like, there's nothing wrong with Dr. Doom wanting to rule the world. And then he's like, yeah, like, it's perfect, dude. Like, what he said about him, I can't read it, like, I can't say it word for word, because there's a lot of spoilers, too, but, like,
yeah,
man, yo, like, and we were just talking about Doom, too, like, how great of a person he is. Stan Lee basically said, like, Doom isn't a villain. Like, he cleared up the name, basically. He was like, Doom basically is not a villain. He's just doing whatever he can to rule the world. It's like he said, it's not against him. It's not against the rules to rule the world, to, like, be a god or a king.
And he's not even saying anything like, I'm going to destroy the world or anything. He wants to be the president of all of it, you know?
Exactly.
He went full god mode in Secret Wars.
And in Secret Wars...
It seemed like he was doing okay.
And in Secret Wars, did you see, like, he wasn't, like, hell-bent on destruction or anything like that?
No, he had a system. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He had some rules.
Exactly my point. That's why it goes so good with them saying that he's technically not even really a villain. Because he had an organized system for himself, you know? And he wasn't... Once he achieved what he wanted, he only... ever bodied you if you got crazy with him, like Thanos tried to get stupid with him, so he snatched the spine right out of him.
So he did the Cyclops.
Yeah, like,
Cyclops came at him crazy with the Phoenix Force, and he just straight grabbed his neck, gave it a little gesture, his neck was done.
Yeah, like...
Killed it, a third time?
That's just what I'm saying. Like, so you can't really... Like, Dr. Doom, I don't consider him a villain. I consider him a great guy. I would go out with him if he ever asked. And
I'd eat something crazy with him on
Saturday. Exactly. And on top of that, I love his infinite combos in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. It's very easy to combo with him.
Oh, man, I farted. Oh, man. Who's your favorite supervillain?
Who's my favorite supervillain?
Yeah.
Man, it's just like I have so many favorites for so many different reasons. I could say the Winter Soldier for story and power, like superpowers wise, basically, and skills. Yeah. But then, like, I feel like, in my own opinion, if it was ever to come down to it, my dude Tony Masters would beat the fuck out of Bucky. Like, I feel like Taskmaster would give him... You think
he'd get over his super arm?
Yes. For the simple fact that he would learn all of Winter's moves and be moves ahead of him, dude. Like, I'm telling you, man. No one...
But Bucky's a tactician himself, though. He's an assassin. Like, he's trained to kill.
He's trained to kill.
How do you know how many fighting styles he has?
That's what I'm saying. He can learn every single one and memorize it forever.
I'm going to throw another one at you. Mentally unstable. You already seen Bucky.
Okay.
You already seen for a fact he can't fight people like Deadpool. Why? Because mentally they're just shithouse.
Yeah.
So he's fighting Bucky. Who's to say, Bucky hasn't already come up with a way to get over like his screwed up mindset, like the stuff that he's been controlled and all this crap. How do you know he just can't switch things on and off and like play with his own mind?
But then it comes down to this. If you want to get like super technical, good always prevails over bad, whatever. So Captain always somehow gets the upper hand on Winter. On Winter. So then Taskmaster literally has the aim of Hawkeye. He doesn't even need to get close. Like, he doesn't even need to get close, and I hate it to get to, like, an argument where it's like, oh, what about Iron Man versus Batman? Blah, blah, blah. Take off the suit, whatever.
Cross universes with me, bro.
I'm just saying. So, like, with that, I feel like Taskmaster has way too many skills for Winter to try and get stupid with him. Because Taskmaster, like, trains people for Red Skull. And,
trains villains.
So he trains Red Skull's villains. Whereas Winter Soldier was Red Skull's little villain. So who's to say, because I haven't read anything for myself, maybe it is somewhere out there, maybe Taskmaster did train Winter Soldier. Maybe Taskmaster did train Winter Soldier, So I feel Taskmaster will prevail over Winter Soldier for me in my villain list. But not to just like be like this mainstream little like bitch, but like Thanos, man. Like, I just love him. Like, he's just powerful. He's like God, basically. Just everything about him. Like, I feel like it's just personality at this time. Like at this point, because like I'm cocky too, and like I hate people too, and like I just want to be like
Infinity Gauntlet, you'd be something else.
Exactly, man. So like hands down, like, so those are my favorite villains. But like, if it really had to come down to it,
just pick one.
If I had to pick one, I would probably say, I don't even know, man. I would probably say Doom. I'd probably say Dr. Doom or Task. I can't pick between Task or Doom.
I have like a whole slew of like unorthodox villains that I love. I even have in my top 5 Reverse Flash, I love Reverse Flash. He hates Barry Allen so much. Like, that just drives his whole thing. Like, I don't like you, man. And I'm going to do whatever I can to screw you up. I'm going to kill your mom. I'm going to change timelines and become better than you. I'm going to assemble a whole team of villains and kick your ass. Like, he hates him that much. He's just a villain, with a chip on his shoulder. And he's just really good at being a dick, But I already told you, we talked about this before. I love Green Goblin, man. Green Goblin. I love a good villain, man. He got a good look.
He does.
You got the purse and you don't even care.
Yep.
He's a beast.
So I was watching it today, I told you. I was watching the first Spider-Man movie just because I knew today was the day for recording, so I was just marveling it out. And like, dude, I love Dormammu, by the way. Like, let me just put that out there. I love Dormammu. But anyways.
So like, zombies. Zombies.
With Green Goblin, I don't like armored suit Green Goblin. I like actual Goblin Green Goblin.
I don't like Hulk Green Goblin, that huge one that
shoots
ultimate
fireballs. Green Goblin. Yes, no, dude, I hate that so bad. Why'd they do that? Why'd they do that? Kang the Conqueror is another great villain, dude.
Yeah.
Kang the Conqueror does not play. Molecule Man in Secret Wars, like the actual Secret Wars, the first ones.
Yeah.
He was fucking dudes up, man. He was not playing. I forgot who he fell in love with.
I love when they do that. Molecule Man, like, of all people you can think of, boom, let's just make him a beast.
Dude, he was insane, because think about it. He can control literally everything ever. Everything has molecules in it, dude. And like, you know what I also picked up on? Like, while we're talking about villains, sorry. At the end of Apocalypse, did you see the briefcase where they put the blood into it?
Hold on. SX Corp.
Do you know who that is?
Yeah, that's Mr. Sinister, bro.
Oh, dude. I told Abby, and she was like, who's that? I was like, what?
I was
like,
you better have told her to get in her car and drive home.
I was like, dude, how do you not know
who
Mr. Sinister is?
Oh,
like,
God.
even when you watched the old the old cartoons as a kid, how do you not remember the gray-skinned vampire in the cartoon?
With a diamond on his forehead.
Yeah, dude.
Bro, this is why you need to read Secret Wars, because he was great in Secret Wars.
Really?
I loved him in Secret Wars. Oh my god.
Yeah, but back to what we were saying, Green Goblin. I love Green Goblin as well, but I don't like Armored Green Goblin. I like the actual Goblin Green Goblin.
Yeah.
Now, so that's your favorite villain? What's your favorite hero? Marvel.
Marvel? Oh. Black Bolt. Black Bolt, hands down.
Why?
Like before, for a good long while, it wasn't Black Bolt. It was, who was it? I go through this thing where, like, you know my list. They're just always changing.
Yeah, I know.
My list before, like, when I was younger, I thought it was Iron Man, you know? I was like, yeah, I love Iron Man. And not to sound too hipster, but like when he blew up in 2008 and the movie came out, I was like, I just kind of don't like Iron Man anymore. I feel like I know, I can't even dive into him now because I know everything, you know? And after that, who did I go on?
Iron Man can't be your favorite anyways, because then we'd have to hate each other because my favorite's Captain America.
Yeah, man, that's... What team did you go for Civil War? Who'd you pick? Cap, right?
Yeah,
I went Cap. I was like, yeah.
But it's just because, like, Cap had such a, like... Iron Man had such an OP team for no reason, dude.
They got wrecked, though.
Like, they got straight smashed. Played no games,
They got sent to the Thunderbox.
No games. So, okay,
but yeah.
Favorite superhero is Black Bolt.
Black Bolt.
So now, let's throw this at you. Who's your favorite DC villain?
Favorite DC villain? Oh, boy.
I know that's a hard one because you love your DC villains, man.
Man, you're killing me. You're killing me, Smalls.
I think my favorite villain, definitely. My favorite DC villain, hands down, is Black Adam.
Black Adam?
I love Black Adam.
He thunderclaps dude's souls out of their butt.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, dude. Black Bolt is the man. Like, he is the man. I will always hate Darkseid and Doomsday and all them, and Lex Luthor, but man, Black Adam, dude.
Ooh. Boom. You know what? I'm sitting here and I'm thinking of villains, and one that just keeps recurring. It's going to be really unorthodox. Black Manta. You know what's a really funny thing is, like, I don't know too much about Black Manta other than he's just awesome. He's just an awesome villain.
When I see anything Black Manta, I always picture the dude from Power Rangers. You know who I'm talking about? The guy with the disc head?
I can't even remember his name. Oh my god.
Every time I see it, they have the same shaped head, bro.
Can I take it back? Can I change my... I want to change my villain.
So that's your favorite villain?
No,
Black
not
Manta?
anymore. Black Manta could take the bench, bro. Man, you had to ruin it for me.
I'm sorry, man.
DC villain. God.
How about Hero?
DC hero?
Yeah.
Shazam, man. Billy Batson. I know people will give me shit for saying Shazam, not calling him Captain Marvel, but he's Shazam now. You know?
Shazam.
Watch Throne of Atlantis. The girl in the window, she's like, I love you, Shazam. He's Shazam. You know?
Throne of Atlantis?
Yeah, that was really good.
I think my favorite DC hero, I mean,
I don't feel like you know the deep bag of cool heroes they have. Like, look at Captain Cold. He's technically a good guy now. He was on Justice League for a little bit.
See, but that's what I'm saying. So, like, my opinion doesn't really mean shit when I'm picking a hero for DC. But, I mean, I would have to probably say, if I had to, I would say Shazam as well. But simply because I have always liked Shazam, and I've always liked Black Adam. I've always liked that little rivalry.
Their story is great.
Exactly. That's why I've always liked it. But at the same time, not to be, again, mainstream or whatever, just like kind of like a follower. But Batman, like, he has so many things that you can hate and love about him, and so many questions that you will never be able to answer about him. So,
I can answer a few. He's lame. That's the first one, if you asked.
I don't think he's
100
cool.
ways to Sunday.
I don't think he's cool. Like, I mean, like, the whole Batman versus Superman shit, like, Superman will sneeze on you and you'll die, bitch. Like, stop.
We're gonna have to do. That's gonna become a segment. Like, I'm decreeing it right now. Our last like 5 minutes or whatever, or when we do like the 5-minute live pre-show, We're gonna do superhero battles. That's just gonna be it. Whoever wants to suggest whatever. We'll
You know
do
what's
that.
bullshit though, and I mean,
I'm ready. Let me have it.
Bat in the Sun. They made a fight between Wonder Woman and Wolverine.
I didn't see that one.
Like, are you kidding me?
Who won?
I might as well jerk off with sandpaper because that shit was stupid. I didn't even watch it because I knew it was gonna be fucking stupid. I don't care if this even goes on the show.
Jerk off with sandpaper?
Yes, dude. Like, fuck that.
Sit on a cactus?
Yeah, dude.
I felt that way about their Winter Soldier Nightwing fight. But yeah,
I feel like.
Oh, you know what I was gonna hit you with? I was gonna hit you with this. I'm gonna drop some knowledge on you. Ready? You ready for some knowledge about Shazam? Captain Marvel? All right. One of the main reasons why I love him, and I'll argue this with anyone. You know what? No, I can't give it to you just one reason. Give me a number. I'll give you that many reasons. Don't exaggerate, obviously. We don't have that much time.
You see my face like working up the biggest number.
he's going into like his science drawer and digging for like
give me
the most
7 reasons.
7 reasons. All right. 1, he's a kid. And he has the powers of basically Superman. Every kid's out there running around with towels around their neck. I want to be Superman. He can actually be basically Superman. So boom, kid, dream come true.
All right.
Reason number 2.
Let's do it.
All right. Reason number 2 is he's basically the Trinity, the DC Trinity, depicted in one character. He's got the heart of like what Superman would be. He's got the magic and like the fight, that Wonder Woman has. He'll fight you because he has the heart of like Superman. So he'll fight you till he takes you down. And then 3, he has the whole Batman. He's an orphan. He's going through all this crap, but he doesn't have the depression thing that Batman has. He has more heart. So he's like, oh, I've been dealt a really shitty hand, but I'm not gonna let it make me an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Reason number 3, he has some of the coolest villains. Captain Nazi. Come on, I'm not even kidding. I feel like no other comic book has the balls to make characters like that.
Captain Nazi.
I'm not even kidding, dude.
Okay.
His villains, that's my 3rd reason. My 4th reason, is the way he interacts with the other superheroes, He could be fully superheroed up, but he's still like fanboying over other superheroes. And that's like the best for like, you get the comedy aspect out of it. Yeah. Yeah. He's humble and you got the comedy thing. What am I on, 5?
This is gonna be your 5th right now.
I can still go. I got 2 more. My 5th one is I'm drawing like a super long blank because I'm trying to pick out like all my other reasons.
You just edit this part out.
Yeah. My 5th reason is I would have to say his origin story is pretty great.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say
the
way
good.
he got his powers is pretty
Yeah,
good.
like you got all these other people. Oh, science experiment. That describes like 50 superheroes. Science experiment or alien. That's like another 30%. But he goes down into a cave and boom, magic's like this dude's like, here, you have the power of all these gods. Boom. 6th reason, I'm gonna say this is gonna turn into like a Shazam appreciation episode by accident, like fully by accident. But the 6th reason I'd have to say, I'm going to say the art style. His comic books usually look really cool,
What style do you prefer, the old one or the new one?
I like the classic looking style. I like the new Shazam. His design was like really clever.
With the hood? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, I don't like the hood on him so much, but I still appreciate how clever and how cool his style looked. But Doc Shaner, the guy who worked on Convergence 1 and 2 Shazam. And Shazam versing Gaslight Batman. Dude, those 2 comic books are like the greatest thing I've ever had in my hand. You know what I'm saying? The art style is great. The storytelling's great. It has some of those old villains, like not just one, like a bunch of them. And then you got Gaslight Batman. So they're like old steampunk looking Gotham. It's a really good comic. I'm going to have to lend it to you. Why are you laughing?
Oh, no, just go.
You like got into what I was saying and like had like a weird moment with
I
me.
went cross-eyed and everything, dude. I saw 2 of you.
Can you not connect with me like that right now?
All right, what's your 7th and last reason?
My 7th and last reason is he's been Shazam since he's been created. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, his name has changed. His look may have changed. They may have changed a little bit of his personality, but not so much where he's indistinguishable or, you don't need a whole story arc to, to tell you what happened to him. You know, he's been Captain Marvel. He's been Billy this whole time, you know? He's one that's been constant throughout all these different versions, you know what I'm saying? And I love that. I'm like, you didn't have to change it, but you kept it up with the good stories, you know? That's 7.
You had to take a big breath after that one.
Yeah, man. It wasn't even all strewn together in one breath, but I had to let it out.
I don't even know. I think I could give like a few reasons.
I'm a passionate Shazam fan.
I love Captain America, like, and people always judge me for that. They're like, "Why do you love him? He's so lame." I'm just like,
even now, like with this whole Hydra thing, like, you can't put that on him like that.
Yeah, it's just I don't think he's lame. Like, he's a freaking regular kid from Brooklyn who got some super soldier serum, and he's fighting Thanos. He's fighting alien races like the Chitauri.
Planets into other planets and destroying both planets.
Kree, Skrull, like, he's fighting dudes that are like way out of his league, and he ain't playing. Like, it's like crazy, man. Like, I don't know, man. It's just maybe it's because I'm a Marine, and like, but like, and I always yeah. But like at the same time, it's not even that. It's just the fact that like he's just so passionate about what he does, and like his origin story is pretty good too, and his villains are fucking awesome. Like the Winter Soldier, Red Skull, Serpent Society, dude. Like, oh yes, man.
Serpent Society is like what 7 villains in itself,
and they're all awesome. Then there's like freaking Baron Zemo, all them, dude. Like, that's pretty lit, man. He's pretty lit, and all his stories like are always pretty good.
So wait, did Captain Bucky die when Baron Zemo sent that missile into the sky? And I'm just kidding with you. That got retconned. I'm just messing with you.
I was like, get
like, wait, what?
Look right there,
man. Helmut.
You know what villain I will always fucking hate though? I don't give a shit. MODOK. Fuck MODOK.
Whose head do they put in that thing in the MCU? Whose face? And don't say Bryan Cranston.
I would literally put the most ugliest piece of shit Hollywood
Joaquin Phoenix.
No, dude, he's too handsome, dude.
Just sprinkle him up a little bit.
Nah, man. I would.
Michael Cera.
No, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that.
Oh,
let's do. I would put. You would have to put an old face on that. You would have to put.
Not necessarily.
Nah, man. You have to, man.
Why?
You have to. He has to be like some annoying old fuck who you hate. Because, like, you just have to hate MODOK. Look at his little legs, like, dangling and stuff in his little chair, and he, like, kicks you with them and shit. No. I hate him. I hate MODOK. I hate him. Psionic Blaster.
That's why you're hating on him right now, because Marvel vs. Capcom.
He's just so stupid, bro. I hate him so much, man.
No, but come on. Give me one actor. Don't even gender swap him. Give me one actor. Don't give me Tilda Swinton.
Honestly, like, hands down, one person that I could see playing MODOK, like, no questions asked, The Rock.
Stop. Stop. Oh my god.
Nah, man. I would honestly, I could see if the dude who didn't play Norman Osborn, if he didn't play the Green Goblin, I could see his face.
William Dafoe?
Yeah.
I just thought of one crazy one.
What?
This actor's not even like in works anymore. I think he's probably like super overweight too.
Who?
Brandon Fraser. In his old age. The guy from The Mummy.
Oh yeah.
He's a little older now and he's got some wrinkles.
Like Monkey Bone.
Dude, use his face. That guy has the personality for MODOK.
True.
I think that would work pretty good.
That is a pretty good one. I liked what they did with the Collector. I feel like they should have gone a little darker with him though.
Yeah,
I didn't like Benicio del Toro. Yeah, he was. Yeah, I feel like they should have gone.
Collecting.
Because
made me all weird.
I forgot exactly what I was watching, man. But like, I just don't even know. But like, I watched something about the Collector, and like, I liked how they had him there. I didn't like Benicio del Toro, but like,
is this what our episode's gonna be like? Villains and fan casting? Well, we did a pretty good few segments in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean,
there's still so much MCU to be made, you know? Like, there's still so many characters we want to see, and a lot more fan cast. What's the word? Flourishing. I had this same problem with this word in the first episode I did with the other host. Like, I can't say this word. How do you say it?
What is it? Fluorescent?
No, like when something's coming to be. Flourishing?
Flourishing. Yeah.
It's coming to flourishing.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not picking up what you're putting down.
I'm struggling so hard, I forgot what I was saying.
I'm not smelling what you're stepping in, bro.
Well, you can step in getting us on this outro so we can finish this up because we kind of strung this one along. But hey,
you can edit out a lot of the shit that you don't want on it, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind. And then whatever you do edit out, write it down, and we'll use it for another day.
Maybe. I don't know if we want to do that. We want this to be as genuine as possible. But yeah.
No, I know. We can use it as a topic for another day. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, true.
Not like fucking use the same material and just layer it to something else.
I feel like I'd cut out a lot of this dead air space and just use everything anyway. That's just how because editing it's annoying.
Yeah.
It takes a little while. But
I mean, you have to rush. What, you want to get it done by Monday? You want the episode?
It's got to come out on Monday. That's the time I told people. You want to be reliable, you know.
Oh yeah, of course.
So I'm gonna go over the 5 books from yesterday's release of comic books that came out. The G.I. Joe #1 by IDW. Is that Ether or Ether? It's Ether, right?
Ether by Dark Horse.
By Dark Horse. These are all first issues. Harbinger Renegade by Valiant.
Thanos by Marvel.
Thanos #1. That's our guy right there. And Grand Passion by Dynamite. Don't sleep on Dynamite, dude.
Don't sleep on Thanos.
Don't sleep on Dynamite don't sleep on Dynamite Thanos.
Don't sleep on Thanos.
I'm leaving that in. Look at that thing.
Don't sleep on Thanos.
Where they gonna find us, Anthony? Because
you could find me on Twitter at Fernie Werney, spelled like Fernie but with a Werney.
And me at Shut Up Louie. You know,
because everyone wants him to shut the fuck up.
And I'm gonna do the exact opposite and do a podcast. You see how ironic that is? And you can also contact the show at WNHACBB or send us an email at the same thing at gmail.com. So
don't be shy, because we're not shy.
I'm not shy. You want to know the little story behind that random jumble of letters? Because I told people in updates I'd talk about it.
What is it?
I'd release the information behind it. My Tumblr blog is Why Not Have Another Comic Book Blog? That's what those letters stand for. And when I was doing the podcast and when it was starting up, I didn't have a name for this. I didn't have any graphics. I didn't know what the times would be for me to put it. I didn't even have like an accurate idea of what it would be about. But I just knew I wanted to do a podcast. So I put a Twitter up. I put an image that said, "Awesome podcast coming soon." That was the picture. That's what it said. And the name of it is what we have there now. You know?
Okay.
If I still use that blog, people can go find that blog if they want. I do a lot of blogging on the side. But yeah, that's gonna do it for our first official episode, hour-long, full-length, feature-length, full-length. Be mindful of following us on Twitter. You know, they are our personal accounts, so I will tweet whatever I want to tweet. It's mostly comic book stuff because this is the stuff I'm nerdy and love, so.
And me, Fernie Werney, that's also obviously my personal account. And some background information. I'm an inner city kid, so I use a lot of slang, a lot of swearing, a lot of profanity,
a lot of World Star.
Yeah, a lot of World Star, and so like, I mean, if you like that kind of shit, then whatever, follow me. But otherwise, just follow our own account for the podcasts. That way, you can be kept up to date and up to speed with everything that's going on, and we'll also make sure that we retweet all the latest news, and we'll have all our latest podcasts pinned to the account as well, so that way they're easy to access.
I couldn't have said it any better myself. That's going to be it for this episode, and I keep saying we're going to have a tagline. I said on the updates twice, dude. We don't have like a tagline to close this thing out with. I don't know. Maybe people can tweet us if we eventually get a following what we should say at the end of this. Like, don't leave your hot dogs in the boiler for too long. Peace out. I can't say peace out. I say peace out too much.
We'll be out of your hair faster than your favorite shampoo.
Oh, that is really good. I think we're gonna use that. Well, we can't say shampoo out of your hair faster than your favorite shampoo every time. Change it up. It can be.
We can go back and forth like an argument. Or we could be painted green and called pickles.
All right, that's gonna be it. Say bye-bye, Fern.
Peace.
All right, bye, guys.